the couch out. Bring the couch out. Bring the couch. I need to sit down after that. Because we're about to open up a conversation with some of our amazing Pūtiki protectors for a second and just talk about what the cause means. So can we get the protectors up? Where are they? Bianca, where are you, my darling? What is Protect Pūtiki for those who don't know?
Kia ora everybody. Protect Pūtiki was established on the 9th of March 2021, and today is 500 days of us resisting that barge coming into the bay, and 500 days of Ngāti Paoa occupying the beach down at Pūtiki Bay saying, you and your marina can pack up and leave our island.
Why is this cause important?
So what's happening down at Pūtiki is basically a microcosm of what's happening all over the country and all over the world. If we look at this on a global scale, which we are connected to even on this tiny motu, there have been temperatures experienced that were predicted for 2050 are happening now. The Arctic and Antarctica had a temperature on the same day that was 40 degrees Celsius higher than the average. Scientists didn't even know it was possible. We are looking down the barrel of the climate crisis and the biodiversity crisis. Are we going to continue to allow developments like what we're seeing down at Pūtiki Bay for 183 boats to be parked in our bay at the expense of the mauri of the MOANA and our biodiversity, for luxury super yachts over the expense of our environment? This is bigger than just Pūtiki. This is about a change of mentality for the well-being of our planet. And on Waiheke, we know we are a unique community. We have always been the activists and the lunatics, and we are proud of that. So we can be an example to the rest of Aotearoa, and we can be an example to the rest of the world about how we are taking climate action seriously now. Because we have the tidal wave of all of those carbon emissions of the last decades upon us, and time is running out. So for everybody who has stood up to the development, for all of those who have experienced the relentless illegal trespassing, for those wahine that have been on the front line who have experienced the trauma and the force, and also Auckland Council, the Department of Conservation, the New Zealand Police and the developers all seeming on the same side, and have stood up and been brave to protect that bay and to protect our taonga species and to protect our island. That is what we need to see all over the country.
For those who don't know, what is happening with Protect Pūtiki now? Like, where is there an occupation? What's happening with that?
Development is continuing, and so at the moment it's about continuing to create the awareness of what has happened at the bay, the injustices that have happened at the bay, how the community's voice, and I must say a big ups to Save Kennedy Point SKP for everything that they did and the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they fundraised to fight the marina through the courts. After 5 to 7 years in the courts, and for all of those that have been done at the bay in terms of direct action, it has been absolutely amazing. And whether or not we see that marina complete, everyone's effort to resist it and to put up opposition to it is just incredible. Auckland Council should be there to listen to the community and what the community wants for this island, and they have never done that. And if you see the bay, you can see the construction going ahead. But one thing is very clear from so many people in this community is that they will never be welcome on this island. We will still be here because we live here. And we will not forget, especially what our wahine have been through down there on the front line, opposing their destruction and their pure greed for their $90 million project.
Woo! We're talking about the kororā, but it's about all of the species in the Hauraki Gulf, isn't it? Like it's a huge ecosystem that is actually being destroyed right now by so many different actions, and this is one of many that's happening. It's I just want to see if there's anything else you want to add to that.
For sure. And seabed. So the Hauraki Gulf is in ecological collapse. We are in a biodiversity crisis. The Auckland Council has been aware of it for over 20 years because the Hauraki Gulf Forum, which is part of Auckland Council, has been providing these reports for us for 20 years that show that year after year our ocean is in decline and it is in collapse. But the action that we're actually seeing is coming from communities and community voices. So in the face of the climate crisis and the biodiversity crisis, and with continued Auckland-style development coming to our island, I think that it's important that everybody knows that your voice and your action is important and it is needed. And it's important for us to feel empowered right now, that as communities all over Aotearoa, and especially on Waiheke, if we come together and we organise and we strategize, then we do have the power to create change and be an example not only to Aotearoa but the rest of the world of how we can come together and push out these kind of developments and protect our moana. Woo!